Do you have a website and a web shop? Do you want to increase your revenue? They're at the right place. My name is Ferdy, and in this tutorial I will show you how you can increase the revenue of your website. Let me show you what we will cover in this tutorial. We're going to use the free tool called Omnisend to create opt-in forms on your website to gather subscribers. These forms can pop up after a few seconds, or when visiting a specific page, after scrolling, or when people tend to leave your website. Besides pop-ups, you can also create fly-ins, landing pages, and embed the forms in your website. You'll learn how to create automated workflows like sending an email, waiting a few days, then sending a text message or a push notification. You can also use the split function in workflows. What does it mean? You can create rules like if any person clicked on the URL in the welcome email, then they seem to be interested in the discount, then they get this email talking about 10% discount. But if people have not clicked on a link in your welcome email, then they get an email talking about 15% discount. Why? They're probably not interested in the discount because they did not click. So in order not to lose them, I offer them something better. And this does not only work with click on any URL in a certain email rules. You can work with a lot of rules over here, and this is a great way to increase the sales and revenue on your website. What else? You will learn how to send emails, text messages or push notifications to your entire subscriber list or targeted groups based on their interest and activity or inactivity. These groups, also known as segments, can be created based on specific filters that you set up once, such as recent purchases, inactivity, or spending over a certain amount on your website. And in that way, by creating segments, people will automatically get the right messages based on their behavior or inactivity on your website. And last but not least, we'll use A/B testing to increase the conversion ratio on your website. And in the overview of Omnisend, you see the total revenue of your website and how much was generated by campaigns and automations from Omnisend. And that shows how much Omnisend can make a difference for your web shop. In the description of this video, I have timestamps. So if you want to go to a certain part in the tutorial, you can click on one of those timestamps and you go directly to that part of the tutorial. When I go to fast for you, you can go to the settings here at YouTube, playback speed, and slow down the speed of this tutorial. And if you want to go back a few seconds in the video, just hit the left arrow on your keyboard and you'll go back 5 seconds in the video. So I hope you are as excited as I am. The great thing is that what we're gonna cover in this tutorial is all with the free version. You can start to make money through your website with the free version of Omnisend. So let me show you how to get the free version of Omnisend, and then I'm gonna show you everything I know about this amazing tool. So in order to create a free account at Omnisend, we go to ferdy.com/omnisend. Hit enter. And here we can click to start for free, or we can click over here. So I will create a free account by clicking here. And I can sign up with a Shopify account, with a Google account, or with email. I sign up with email and it says over here, no credit card needed. So there's no risk at all. So I fill in my email address over here, info@ferdykorpershoek.com. I need to create a password. Do I already have an e-commerce business? If so, say yes. If not, say no. I will say yes. I agree with the terms, and I would also like to receive Omnisend marketing newsletters about product updates and the best e-commerce practices. So over here, I click on sign up. Now I receive a confirmation email. I need to confirm my email address. So I will do that over here by clicking here on verify email address. Now I need to fill in some other details. My first name, Ferdy, my last name, the name of my business, the name of the website I want to use. Well, in my case, it will be HTTPS gameconsoles.com. Which email marketing automation software do you currently use? Well, I use ConvertKit, but it's not listed over here. So I can say other, or you can say none. If you use nothing yet, I say other. Which platform are you using for your online store? Well, in my case, I use WooCommerce, but if you use one of those, you can select those. If you use nothing, you can say other. I'll choose WooCommerce. I click on continue. Then I need to fill in some more information. I'm from the Netherlands. If I would say NET, I see nothing happening. But if I hit enter, then the Netherlands will be selected. So fill in the first letters of your country. So if I'm from Albania, ALB, and then it will be selected. And that's how you can choose your country. Or if you want to feel like it, just scroll all the way to that place. The city, I'm from Maasluis. My address, postal code. My time zone is Amsterdam. So I click on continue to Omnisend. Setting up your account, this could take up a minute. And there we are. Congratulations with your free account at Omnisend. Since you have your own Omnisend account, it is time to link it with your website. Let me show you how you can do that. I want to connect my website, my web shop with Omnisend. So in order to do that, I go to the dashboard. I click on Connect Your Store. Now you can select your platform. I use WooCommerce. And what I can do now, step 1 is download the Omnisend plugin, or I go to my website, gameconsoles.com. Then I go to the backend, plugins, add new. And then over here, I search for Omnisend. And there you go, email marketing for WooCommerce by Omnisend. More than 40,000 installations, a lot of 5-star reviews. I think only 5-star reviews. Updated a week ago and compatible with my current version of WordPress. I click on install now and activate. Awesome. Now I need to connect my store to Omnisend. If you don't see that, go over here to Omnisend for WooCommerce. And there you can connect your account. So I click over here. And I will be redirected to this page. The only thing I have to do is approve this. So Omnisend app would like to connect your store. Be able to create webhooks, view and manage coupons, customers, orders and sales and products. This is needed in order for Omnisend to work its magic. I click on approve. Your website has a current branding, certain colors, certain fonts. And the great thing is that Omnisend through WooCommerce will get information about your website and in that way match the style of your website within the content of Omnisend. Let me show you how that works. And now what Omnisend wants to do, it wants to take my logo and my brand assets, the colors and stuff from my website to Omnisend. So everything in Omnisend will have the branding of my website. So I'm okay with this. The headings, I use a different font for headings. So let me see if they have them. I use Railway. And for the other stuff, I use Open Sans. Okay, so this will be in line with my website. And if I have social links, so for instance, Instagram, I can fill it in over here. Another one, Facebook, YouTube. Okay. And now I click on Save Brand Assets. Get started with goals. Well, I can do that, but I can also just close this and then I will show you step by step what you need to do. So now we have linked our website with Omnisend. So we have set up a few things. Let me show you an overview of what is possible within Omnisend. So let me give you an overview of the Omnisend dashboard. Right now we're here at the dashboard and I see the goals we have. There are quite a few goals we can complete. We can go to the overview, see how many sales we have, the performance of our web shop or the thing we sell. And then we have live view. We can see how many people are active at this moment. Things like this person opened an email, this person clicked on a link in the email. That's all what you'll see here. And since we have no subscribers yet, we see nothing, but later in the tutorial, I'll show you how that looks. Then we have campaigns. What is a campaign? A campaign is an email you send to your list or to a certain segment of your list. A segment can be a specific group of people within your list that has a certain interest or bought a certain tool. We'll talk about that later. So basically sending an email to all the people in your list or to a certain group of people in your list. Then we have automation. This is really cool. We can send emails based on the behavior from people on our website. So here's an example. Somebody is putting something in the cart on your website, but they abandon the cart. They leave the website. Then you can create an automation that after 1 hour, that person should get a text message or an email saying, hey, you forgot something in your cart. And then you can say, if they do respond, don't send any other email. And if they don't respond, then send another email with a discount code. Well, we're going to talk about that. Then we have forms. Forms is all about getting subscribers. You can call it opt-ins, sign up forms, and there are a lot of beautiful templates that convert really well, and you can adjust those templates. Then we have the audience. When you get subscribers, how many people are there in your list? How many people are email subscribers, text message subscribers, push notification subscribers? A push notification is when people enter your website and they turn on push notifications. When you create something new on your website, all those people get a notification like, hey, there's a new blog post or there's a new product. And then within your contact list, we have segments. As I said before, like people that bought a certain product or people that have not opened your emails longer than 60 days, people that are from a certain country. And in that way, you can send emails to very specific groups of people. And then over here, we have reports. And here you get all the insights that will show you if you're on the right track or if you should do something to increase your sales or do things a different way. What I personally love about Omnisend is that there are multiple areas where you can do A/B split testing. So you can have 2 sign-up forms. 50% will see sign-up form 1, 50% will see sign-up form 2. And then you can see which one is performing the best. And then you can choose that sign-up form and do another split test so you can optimize your conversions. So that's a small overview. We're going to talk about all these things, but I just wanted to give you an overview of what is possible within Omnisend. Okay, let the fun stuff begin. In order to work with Omnisend, in order to increase your sales, we need to have subscribers. How do we get subscribers? Well, for that, you need to buy a tool. It's $1,000 per month, but it will help you to get subscribers. I am kidding. As you can tell by the smile on my face. No, we can do it for free using Omnisend, of course. So first we're going to create forms, also known as opt-in forms that can collect subscribers. There are a lot of different ways to get subscribers to your email list, and I will show you a few of those so you can get up and running and start collecting subscribers. In order to create a sign-up form or an opt-in form, we need to go to Forms. And here it says we can collect email and text message subscribers from day 1 with eye-catching forms. So I click over here. And now immediately we see one of the forms. Well, I click on Save and Close because I prefer to go to the overview of all the forms. So again, go to Forms. I click on I'll do this later. And then I click on Create a Form. And now we see an overview of all the forms based on the goal you have, the theme, the type, and the form settings. So maybe you want to have a multi-step form. So I can check this and then see all the multi-step forms. That means after people fill in their email address, there's a new slide and there they can fill in their phone number. Well, I prefer not to use multi-step. Maybe you want to promote something. You can choose one of those. So there are a lot of templates, and the great thing is those templates are tested to see what is working. So everything you see, all the templates you see over here are tested, and they're here because they're converting really well. So this one I like. Don't miss out. Enter your email, enter your phone number. So if I want to, I can use this template, or I can keep browsing. And if I see something I like, we can even use a Wheel of Fortune. So people can take a spin, leave their email address, and then they can have a certain amount of discount, and you can decide how much discount they get. I like this one, but I want to start with a simple one so I can show you what's possible. So I go for this one, use this template. Now we get a nice builder over here with things we can drag over here. And here we can adjust the information. So a great way to get people to your email list is by giving them discounts. So I sell PlayStations and Xboxes and Switches over here. So I can give them 10% discount for the first order when they sign up. If people want to buy PlayStation and they can get 10% discount, I think that's a great reason for them to sign up. So here I can click, then I can adjust the information. I can give people even 50% off. And if it's on the second row, I can say Command A. And over here, I can adjust the size. So I can click over here, say, you know what, it should be smaller, 30. So I will say, get 50% off your first order and be the first to hear about our new product drops. So you can just click here, adjust the information, adjust the colors. And what people need to do over here is leave their email. So I click over here and then I see email. I can change the placeholder text, enter your email. I can add a label on top of it, fill in your email, but I think it's a waste of the space. So I prefer not to use it. It needs to be required, this field. I want people to leave their email address. And if there's an error, you can adjust the message. You can play around with the padding. So if you increase that, there's more space around it. And again, this is already optimized for conversion. So I see no reason why I should adjust too much over here. Get 10% off. This is only what you will see when you use the free version. And when you upgrade to the pro version, this will be gone. But the great thing is you can start for free. So get 50% off of your first order. Okay. What I want to add is a phone number. So I can go over here and I see phone number. So it's a matter of dragging it over here. It looks great. Here you see phone number. I don't want to use the label. It aligns perfectly. Enter your email, phone number. I don't want it to be required because not everybody wants to fill in their phone number. But this form is a multi-step form. So I can also go to step 2 and there people can leave their phone number. And this can help you to increase your conversions because if I do it like this and they click over here, it's less overwhelming. Like, oh, I only need to fill in my email. And then when they click on get 10% off, then join our VIP club, enter your number, and be the first to know about your VIP member deals. So I go back to step 1 because I want to have people's name. So I go for input and then it says first name. First name, no label, enter your first name, enter your email, get 10% off, then join the VIP club or get updates on your phone. I bring it to the center. I can select everything, make it bold. I can change the color. I use the color pick eyedropper. This is the color I use on my website. Copy. I can also paste it over here. Then people can leave in their phone number, enter your number and get updates on your phone. This is not necessary. If I don't know if the word is correct, I Google it, click over here, copy and paste it. And if you ask for a phone number, people need to have a legal check mark over here. And then I can submit. So if I click on save and close, I have 2 forms already because the first one was created automatically. I don't need this one. So I click over here, delete. Yes. So here you see an overview of all your forms. So if I want to work on this, I click on it and then I can continue. So if I select something, I see a lot of settings over here. So I can add a phone number, have another input, have a date area. I have a Wheel of Fortune. A countdown timer can be interesting. So I can say this is only valid till the last day of this month. And then here below, there are also layouts. So maybe I want to work with 2 columns. So I drag it here on top. And I can drag this one over here and this one over here. And I want to have 1 column on top of that. That's where I drag all this stuff. So it's a matter of dragging and dropping. I don't need this one, so I click on it, remove. So that's also how you can work. If you don't like it, I can just click over here, bring everything back. That's how easy it is to adjust things. So get 15% off your first order. Then the second step, get updates on your phone. If this is in capitals, Railway 30. Let me copy this color. I want to have the same over here. Railway 30. This color. In all capitals. Get updates on your phone. I bring it to the center, make it bold. Save and close. There are quite a few settings that we can configure. There are theme settings and there are behavior settings. Well, first let's go to the behavior settings. And there are quite a few, so I will walk you through them. I go back. So if I click somewhere, I see the settings. If I click outside of this area, I see behavior and theme settings. Let me start with behavior. Audience management. We can give people tags that sign up through this form, through this opt-in. So by default, they have a forum subscriber and a welcome discount. So what I can say is Game Consoles homepage, opt-in. Then if I want to, I can send an email to all the people that opted in through this form on the homepage of my website. So I click on create new. Then I want to enable double opt-in because I want people to confirm their subscription by clicking on a link in their email. Otherwise, they can sign up with any random email address and not confirm it. Then they don't get a discount. So I enable the double opt-in. Then I set up the double opt-in content. Please confirm your subscription. I like to work with capitals in the first word. And then over here, I can say game consoles, the name of my website. Sender's name is Ferdy. Email headline, confirm your subscription. Confirm subscription. So you get a button and then people get the discount. You can preview the email. Looks great. It's also optimized for all devices. You see my logo, my color, so I like it. Okay, I click over here. Then I go back. I go to scheduling. Right now it will always be shown. So right now it's not enabled yet. If I enable it, it will be shown on my website. So right now if I refresh it, nothing happens. If I enable, it will happen. So you know what? Let's enable this. The only thing is I can refresh it and then it's over here. But then I also need to send an email when people sign up. So that's the step we'll do later because we need to send the discount, of course. So I will skip this step for now. So as you see, it's enabled now. Get 50% off of your first order. So let me fill in my first name, Ferdy, and my email address. And of course, I need to change this to 15%. Now I need to fill in my phone number. I want to receive offers via text message. Submit. Thanks for signing up. You'll find a 10% discount in your inbox. Awesome. So a few things I need to adjust, of course. Click over here, change it to 15%. Step 2 is okay. Step success. Thanks for signing up. You'll find a 15% discount in your inbox. And if you're already subscribed, it will be stated over here. But I want it to be in the center and in capitals. You are already subscribed. Update the live form. The thing is that you get out of this form as soon as you update or save and close it. I asked the people of Omnisend if you can still be in the form builder. Otherwise, every time I update, and I like to update and save, I need to go back. I need to click twice, and then my hand gets tired and I need to cry and yeah, sorry. So let's go back to scheduling. Always show the form. So when I enter this website, it will be shown always, unless I already subscribed. So if I go to an incognito window, at once it will appear. I can also say select the start date. So if it's for 7 days, you get an amazing discount. Then I can say it will start the 7th of July. I can also say it ends the 10th of July, and then I can have the countdown. So I can have the countdown timer and then say the 10th of July at 0 and 00. It will be gone. So that's how we can use that. Let's go back to scheduling. You can also say it starts on the 7th and it ends on the 10th. I like to show it always, so I bring it to always show the form. Then we have the third area, display. When should this be displayed? Right now it will be displayed at once. As you see, especially when you open this in an incognito window, then you enter the website as if it is the first time. You get it at once. You can also say, show it when the number of page visitors needs to see 3 pages. So I update it. Now I open this in an incognito window. So here's the website. Okay. I click on PlayStation. That's the second page. I click on the product. That's the third page. Now it appears. Don't you love this? I love this, man. I really like this stuff. Oh, wow. I hope you're as excited as I am. Let's go back to display. So that's one of the things. I can turn it off. Or I can say when people are on the website for more than 10 seconds. You know, for the sake of the tutorial, let's do 3 seconds. Update. So again, incognito. I go to the website. Interesting. Wow. I wish there was a discount. Wow. There it is. Wow, after 3 seconds. So that's what you can do. Then there is even more. You can go for scroll depth. So when people scrolled 50% of any page, so I can wait for a while, nothing happens. But when I start scrolling more than 50% of the page, then it appears. And the more you navigate, the more easy it becomes for you to see where everything is. So maybe it's a good thing that when you save it, you need to go back, because then you'll figure out where to go. Display, turn it off, and exit intent. So nothing happens unless people think, hey, I'm going to close this website. So you can go to this website, go to a different page. Nothing happens. Accessories. And you think, you know what? I'm not seeing any discount. Let's leave this website. Oh, wow. How cool is that? So that's the exit intent. And you can also combine multiple display settings. So, or they should stick for 5 seconds on the website, or they have to scroll for 50%, or they have an exit intent. And then the first one that will be activated, that will be triggered, will activate the pop-up. So 5 seconds, I can wait, or I can scroll, or I could do the exit intent. So you can also combine them. Well, if you say nothing, it will appear at once. So I will go for the scroll one, 50%. Then I go back. Targeting. Am I targeting all visitors? Don't show to existing contacts. Well, if I already signed up, that's actually what I want. If I already signed up, I don't need to see it again. So don't show to existing contacts. And then there are page targeting options. I can also say it should only appear on a certain URL. So I could say only at the homepage / or https gameconsoles.com. I can also say go to the Nintendo Switch page, copy, and it should not be displayed over there. I can add multiple links, and I can say appears on pages for out of stock products. And that's really interesting. So we can have an out of stock opt-in. So when people go to a product page where the product is not in stock anymore, automatically a pop-up will appear like this saying, hey, it's out of stock. Fill in your email address and we'll let you know when it's back in stock. And if you select this, it will only appear, this pop-up, on those pages. So that's it for targeting. Then we can go to visibility, show on all devices or only on mobiles or only on desktops. Well, I want to show it on all devices. It's also optimized for all devices. Then we have frequency. How many times should it be shown? So if I close it, I don't want to see it anymore. So let's open this. I scroll down and I close it. For how long should it be hidden? Well, I can say for 1 day or for 1 hour or for 3 hours. I like to say 1 day. So if people close this, then they will not see it anymore until the next day when they come back. Dear people, this is something that I love about Omnisend. I love it in every tool it is. I'm talking about A/B testing. This can increase your revenue, it can help you to make more money, and it can help you to help people even better. So let's talk about how we can apply A/B testing in collecting subscribers. And then, this one, A/B testing, this is amazing. So let me update it first. Click over here. A/B test. I love this. So we have made a copy. 50% will see version A, 50% will see version 2. So if 1,000 people enter my website, 500 people will see version A, 500 people will see version B, and then I can see which one is performing better. So I can go to version B, which is exactly the same as A, but now I can change it. So I can say, is it really helping? So I can also give 10% discount. Also here 10%. Or should I click over here, go to the layout of the button, change the background or change the alignment? Well, this is not working, but I can go to the button, bring it in the center, maybe change the color, small things, or just change the text. Get 15% off when you sign up for our newsletter. So I go for save and close. Then I click over here and it says it's a draft. So it's not been published yet. So I need to go back to A/B test. Now I can click on start A/B test with only one difference. So now I open this in an incognito window. I still have to scroll down. And now it says get 15% off your first order. But now if I open it again, I scroll down and now it says get 15% off when you sign up for our newsletter. And now, based on the statistics, I can see which one is performing better. So if I refresh this, I don't see a lot over here, but if I click on it, look at this. 2 views for the first one, 1 view, no interaction yet, no submits, no sign up rates. But if a lot of people are going to see this, then this area will be filled with beautiful statistics. Then we can choose a winner. So if I click over here, I can choose copy 1 or copy 2. Talking about the names, I go to copy 1. I can edit the name over here. Edit. So I can call this one Game Consoles 15% discount newsletter. Then version A. Copy. Update. Then I go to the other one. Save the changes. Edit. Version B. So in that way I can keep it a bit more organized. Update live form. And if I want to rename this, I click over here. I choose a winner. I say A. Choose a winner. Now I can click over here. Edit. This has no version because it's the only one. Update live form. I click on it again. Now if I want to do a split test again, I click here. I can play around with that and then rename it again. So I don't start it. I save it and close it. It's a draft. I want to continue with this one. So that's the behavior. Now we will take a look at the theme settings. It's less comprehensive than the behavior settings, so it will not take as long as the last part. So let me show you how we can work with the theme settings. We're getting there. Now we can go to the theme settings. So the form layout right now, it looks like this. We can change the width, but I'm okay with how it is. We can have a background image. And if we have one, we can place it at the left area, the right area, on top, around it, or as a background. But I prefer this one. So it could be here at the background, but I prefer to show it like this. So it becomes a bit darker. So I could keep it with this, and we can change the form position. And with this one, I like to keep it in the center. Right now, you don't see form settings. Normally there are form settings over here, but right now you don't see it. Why? Because I'm using A/B testing. If you do that, then you lose the opportunity to create different types of forms. So later in the tutorial, in a few minutes, I will show you how we can work with that. But since I use A/B testing, I cannot apply that right now. So if you see a few settings you don't see on my screen, no worries, I got you covered. I will show you in a minute how we can work with different form settings. Now let's continue. Then we have the colors, the background color. We can make it even darker if we want to. The form color, the background is white, and the link color is this one. Then we have the buttons, button 1, button 2, or button 3. I can click on the primary button because I see it's the orange one. And what I like to do, I like to work with this shape. I think it just looks better. We can change the text over here. The sizes, the border width. I don't want to have a border. Change the padding. Then we have the fields. And when it comes to the fields, I can make the border lighter. Or keep them as they are. The arrow color, red. Placeholder color, you can adjust all those colors over here. The font, the size, and we can also decide to work with a line. And then it will be better, I think, make it a bit lighter. And this is also something you can do a split test with. So I'll bring it back to border. Go back. And then there's the close button over here. Do I want to change it? Well, no, I can also have it outside of the area. I'm okay with this. So let me show you one more thing now. Click over here. Look like this. I can go to the A/B split test. Then I go to the second one. Okay, to the theme settings, fields, line. Go to the save and close. Click over here. A/B test. Start the A/B test. So now 50% will see a border around the field. And the other one will see this line. So one more time. The other one will see this. And then I can see what is converting better. So that's how we can create a form. So as I said before, there are form settings. So let me show you what kind of form settings there are and how you can adjust them and what the difference is between every single form setting. You can have multiple forms. So I can click on create form. And then I can create something else. So what you will see, here we see a pop-up, fly out, landing page pop-up. So there are multiple form types. So I can use this one. But now I can go to the theme settings, form layout. Right now it's a pop-up. I can also make it a fly out. Almost the same. Let me show you how that works. I enable it. So this one is shown with scrolling. This one is shown directly. So I open this in an incognito window and it's a fly-in. So look at this. There it goes, like that. That's a fly-in. Then we have something else. Theme settings, form layout, landing page. So I can choose a background. Make this the background. And this, I need to update it before I can see it. And now if I click on it again, below at behavior, I see a link to the page. So now it's a landing page. I can copy this. So what I can do, I can go to the customizer, click over here, change the link to this one, publish, close this. Now when people click over here, they go to a landing page created by Omnisend. Then there's the other one at theme settings, and that's embedded. I can embed this form into any place in my website. So I click on update live form. I click over here again, and now I see this code. I can copy the code. Now I can go to any place in my website, edit page with Elementor. I can create a new area over here. Show some codes, for instance. So I click on the plus and I go for HTML, drag it there, paste it, publish. Now if I take a look at the result, it says over here, get 10% off your first order. So those are the ways, the display types. You can use a pop-up, fly out, fly in, a landing page, or embed it into your website. If I bring it back, update, it will appear again like this. So that's how you can work with different kind of forms, all to get subscribers to your email list. You can also create an opt-in form or a form when people see a product that is out of stock. Since Omnisend is linked with your WooCommerce account, Omnisend sees a lot of information about your website and about the products, the price, the images, all the information, and also the inventory. So if a product is out of stock, you can create a form it will only be shown on pages of products that are out of stock. And then you can say, hey, this product is out of stock. Leave your email address and you'll get an email when this product is back in stock. So let me show you how to create something like that. And it's not a lot of work because Omnisend actually kind of created it already for us for free. How cool is that? If you can appreciate that I make this content, then please like this video. And if you want to learn more about making websites that can generate you money, then feel free to subscribe. Now let's talk about, I forgot already, out of stock forms. Let me show you one other form. I click on create form and you see you have different goals. Stop product abandonment, promote special offers, gather interest in out of stock. So this one is interesting. So I want people to get a pop-up when there is a product not in stock or out of stock. So what I will do, I'll go to one of my products, all products. I go for the Nike hoodie, right now in stock, 97. I click on it. I use WooCommerce. I have a complete WooCommerce tutorial where I show you step by step how to create this website. So what I will say at inventory, there's no stock anymore. Update. So if I would view the product, it says sold out. So I go as an incognito person to this website. I search for a hoodie. Nothing happens, but it says out of stock, so I cannot buy this. So now I go to Omnisend. I choose one of those. Doesn't matter which one. Let's do this one. Use template. And now if I go to targeting, it says page targeting options appears on pages for out of stock products. So I click on enable. And now if I open this website in an incognito window and I search for the, so let's first go for another product. This one is in stock, so I see no pop-up except for this one. But if I search for the hoodie, I get this notification. Notify when back in stock. So that's how that works. And of course I can adjust this one, but it will appear only on the pages where the products are sold out. So that's also a form you can create. And when people sign up, you can create an automation using Omnisend that sends them a message that when this is back in stock, all the people that opted in through this for this product will get an email like, hey, the product is back in stock. And then all the people want to buy it, of course, when they get that email. So right now we are collecting subscribers as we speak. When people go to your website and they opt in because of a discount or something else, they will be subscribed to your email list and then you can apply automations. For instance, a welcome email sequence. So you send a welcome email with a discount or with something else, depending on what you promised in the opt-in form. And then we can do automations, and that's so cool. It's also called a workflow. So when people sign up or they sign in or they opt in, they come into a workflow. And based on their behavior, certain things can happen. They do get an email because they clicked on something, or they don't get an email because they did this or that. So based on the behavior of your visitors, you can send certain emails, and it's really cool. So let me just walk you through how to work with automations and then how to work with workflows. So what we've done now, we have multiple ways on how people can sign up for our email list. But now we need to send them emails. So when people opt in to get 50% discount, then they should get an email with the discount. Well, that's what we need to configure yet. So when people opt in, what should happen? Well, that's something we can do right now. I go to the dashboard and over here we have 4 goals. The first one is collect subscribers. We have that already. Now we need to welcome new subscribers with an email. So I click on create a welcome workflow. And when I do that, this can look a bit overwhelming, but I will show you step by step what you need to do. So over here it says a customer subscribes via a form. Then we can wait for 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 hours. And then we can send them a welcome email. And we can automate all this stuff. So I click on continue, setup. We can also add text messages. We'll talk about that. Right now I want to start only with emails. And then I click on start workflow. Great job. Every new subscriber will now receive a welcome email. So I want to show my workflows. And then I go to automation. So at the automation, we can create workflows. I click on welcome. This is what everybody that signs up through the discount form will get. So it can look overwhelming, but I will walk you through it. So this is everything that happens when people sign up. So over here, it says subscriber enters the workflow when they sign up via an Omnisend form. So any form will give them the discount. So I have multiple forms, and it doesn't matter through which form they enter. When they sign up, this is what happened next. So when you see this, that means that it's a trigger. So something is triggered, in this case, a sign up, and you can have so many more triggers over here. But in this time, it's a sign up trigger. When the trigger is people sign up, what should happen next? Well, we wait for 1 minute and then they get an email. I can adjust the subject line. Right now it says welcome to, and then the account name. That is the name of my company. So welcome to Game Consoles. I can also change that saying, hey, click over here, contact, first name. Here is your discount. Then I can go to the pre-header. Thanks for signing up for our newsletter. Well, I did not specifically talk about a newsletter. I talked about discount. I can also say below you can find your discount coupon. The sender's name, Ferdy BV. I prefer to say Ferdy. I can also say Ferdy from Game Consoles. Because if people come from gameconsoles.com and they have no idea who Ferdy is and they only see Ferdy, they are like, what is this? So you can also say sender's name, gameconsoles.com. I prefer Ferdy from gameconsoles.com. If you want to change the default sender's name, go to your account over here, go to the store settings, contact information, and the name of your business, and then you can say Ferdy from gameconsoles.com. I save it. Now if I go to automation, I create a new one. I click on the email. It says sender's name, Ferdy from Game Consoles. Sender's email address, the shared Omnisend email. And people can reply to this email address, also the one I use to sign up. I click on update. It's not published yet. Now I can go back over here. Then it appears again. I can edit the content. Yes, save it. In order to adjust it, I need to publish the workflow first. So I click on publish changes. And since people already signed up, they say changes will be applied only to the newly entered contacts. Choose what to do with those in the workflow now. Let them finish the workflow or exit them from the workflow. So if I click over here, they do not get anything from this welcome workflow anymore. But if they're already in the workflow and I adjust it, I can say, let them finish the workflow. That's what I prefer. So I click on let them finish the workflow. So if people are in the middle of this workflow and I adjust it, the people that already are in the list before I adjusted it will finish the workflow. So I go back. Now I can edit the content. And since this was all about discount, I say, here is your discount. I want to maintain the same style. So I say Command A, make it bold. I want to bring it to the center. So now I can click on quick add and I see a few things I can add. One of the things was discount. I can have static discount or a unique discount. I go for a unique discount. So I drag it over here. And the great thing is, since this is linked, Omnisend is linked with my website, it will automatically create a coupon code for this specific workflow. So the card discount, yes. How many percent? 15% on all orders. I can say the minimum order price should be $25, but I want to give them a really warm welcome. So I say on all orders. I can add more information over here. I can say it expires in 14 days. So that would be nice. I could also say 7 days, and then you see the date changes. So based on when people sign up. So right now it's the 8th of July. So in 7 days it will expire. So when people fill this in on the 1st of August, it will say the 7th or the 8th of August, it will expire. So in that way, people are probably gonna buy something within 7 days. I can also say 2 days, but I don't want to be too much in a rush. So we can change the bottom, redeem the discount. the button link. So let's keep it with this. I can remove that. If I want to, I can show so much more. So a quick ad, I can show products, product listing. So I can drag this over here. It's a matter of dragging and dropping. And I can pick products from the store. So if I want to search for the PlayStation, look at this. This is all from WooCommerce, fetched from WooCommerce, from this website, shown over here. I love that, man. And it's displayed beautifully. Some products have variants. How do you say that? It's a variable product, so it has multiple variations. So I can click over here and choose one of those. So I want to show the PlayStation, or you know what, the PlayStation 5. And I want to go for the Xbox. I can search for Xbox. This one. So 2 products, I add them. Now they're displayed like this, and it will fetch the title, the image, the small description, which the Xbox series doesn't have probably. Shop now, shop now. So I can show how I want to display those products, what I do want to display or what I don't want to display. So I don't display the description. And that's how you can add a lot of things over here. You can have an image. You can even make use of a template like this. You can save things. There's a header that you can place over here. So just a matter of dragging and dropping. I can bring it to the center, or I can remove it by clicking here. So there's so much that you can do to make it look the way you want it to look. And the great thing is that by default, Omnisend knows what is converting. So I wouldn't change too much. So in this case, maybe this is even too much. But so the goal is to give discounts, so I can also get rid of it. But hey, at least you know how to add an area like this. I finish editing. I can send a test mail. So let me click over here again. Send a test mail to info@ferdykorpshoek. So you can click on send, and then you'll receive a test email. And right now, this is it. So people sign up through the form, wait for 1 minute, and then they get a discount. So now there's so much more we can do. We can add another delay, send an email saying, hey, you still did not make use of your discount. Only send that when they have not used the discount yet. If they have used it, then we can decide to send nothing. But all these automations, we can create from scratch, but there are already templates that can do that for you. So right now I will leave it as this. I click on update, close. So what I will do, I will go to my website, open it in an incognito window. So I'll enter my email. I don't want to leave my phone number. Thanks for signing up. So I'll go to my Gmail account, and keep in mind that we said there should be a delay of 1 minute. So that's why I did not receive the email at once. I'm still waiting. So a minute later, I got this email. Here's your discount. So I can copy this, open this in an incognito window. Now I see it's from Omnisend. So Omnisend will keep track of everything that's happening right now. I go to PlayStation 5. Click over here. Add it to the cart. View the cart. Now there's a coupon code. I paste it. I click on apply coupon. Coupon code applied successfully. So 15% discount has been given. And that's all automated. So if I go to my website, to the backend, to WooCommerce, coupons, this one is created by Omnisend Dynamic, specifically for this one person. So if someone else signs up, then automatically a new one is created for that person only. It will expire within 7 days. That is so cool. I believe when you apply this and you have a lot of visitors to your website, that this will increase your sales big time. So we're just scratching the surface because there's so much more we can do. Let me show you how we can take it one step deeper. Are you ready for that? If so, thank you for watching. So as we see, there's one trigger. Wait for a minute. I think I can get rid of this one. I don't want that. I want an email at once. And then there's the welcomes email. But after that, nothing happens. So what I want to do, let me update it, publish the changes, let them finish the workflow. I can go create a new workflow. So here at the automation, create a workflow. I can click on welcome and we use this one email, but I want to send 3 emails because that can create a higher order rate. So I click on customize workflow. And also this appears when people sign up. So if I click on start workflow, there are 2 at the same time. So I can better get rid of the first one that only sends 1 email and use this one that sends 3 emails. So over here, I can give this a name. Welcome to any new subscriber. So people also get this when they filled in that they want to get an email when things are back in stock, because the trigger says sign up. And if you go to the filters, there's no filter. So everybody that signs up will get this. If I don't want that, I can trigger the filters here. And I select a form. And then I say is equals, and then I can select all the forms. So I go for the discount one. So only when people sign up for the discount on the homepage, this one, then they will be added to this automation. So not when they go to the hoodie, click over here and fill in this one. Then they do not get it. I think that's better. So here you can trigger things. And then again, I can publish the changes, say, let people finish the workflow. But now if I click over here, I have so much more. So there's the wait of 1 minute. I want to get rid of that so people get an email at once. Then there's the first email. I need to adjust it again real quick. Let me do that. Update. Click on it again. And then edit content. And again over here, 15%. This email is a little bit different. So over here, I can get rid of this one and I want to go back to the quick add. Go for the unique discount. Also get rid of this. And then here I can say it's 15% for the next. Finish editing. And now there's a delay again. So people get this email and then for 1 day they get nothing. And after 1 day they get this email, the second one. Again, I want to say my sender's name is Ferdy from gameconsoles.com. Edit the content. Your discount is waiting for you. So again, 15. Get rid of this one and this one because it will automatically be created with the unique discount. That is again 15%. And now it doesn't expire in 7 days, but in 6 days. Finish editing. Then we wait for 4 days. So total 5 days. Don't miss out on your 15% from Ferdy from Game Consoles. Edit content. Yes. Let them finish it. Again, 15%. Get rid of this one. And we go for the unique discount of 15%. But now, since it's a few days later, it expires in 2 days, which will in this case be the 10th of July. Make sure that everything is in line with the percentage. Otherwise, people get emails like, is it 10% or 15%? And then you can lose clients. Okay. So this is how it looks. People sign up. At once they get their discount. Hey, 30, your unique discount coupon is here with 15%. After a day, there is 15% discount waiting for you. And again, I like to make capitals of all the first letters in the sentence for an email subject line. Publish the changes. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the part of A/B testing again. A/B testing, it's everywhere. That's why it's called OmniSend, because A/B testing is omni, it's everywhere. Then you can send it. Wow, I came up with that on the spot. It's not even in my notes. In my notes, it says A/B testing is really fun. I'm really excited to show you right now how that works. No, I don't have notes. I just see A/B testing and I need to talk about it. So I'm just making up stories. And that's why I'm not sticking to the script, because there is no script. Hey, let's talk about A/B split testing. I should not call it like that. I should call it A/B testing, because there's also split testing. And I don't want you to get confused. Man, let's continue. Let me go back to the welcome workflow. And I want to use split testing. What is split testing? You can have two different emails. 50% of the people get email A, 50% of the people get email B. And then based on the statistics, you can see what is performing better. So if people still did not sign up after 5 days total, over here, I can do split test. So I can say, you know what? Right now, 50% of the people will get this email, 15%. Don't miss out on 15%. And then I can clone this. I can bring this to version B. And over here, I can change the information. I can say 20% discount for the next 24 hours. A smiley, like we are crazy. Crazy. Is that for us or is that for them? We see maybe more money coming in, but I need to change this, of course. Okay. Let me edit the content, save everything. So over here, I need to make this 20, get rid of this one, add unique. It was for 20% and for 2 more days. Also here. Finish editing. So now 50% of the visitors get this email. 50% gets this one. It's the latest email in a sequence. So we can see if that 5% extra is really working. If people start to buy things because of the 20% instead of 15%, does that really work? So that's what we can check now with split testing. And you can do this everywhere. I would do this everywhere because using split testing, you can see what is working best because we want to have more conversions. So I would do a split test everywhere. So also with this one, clone, and then change one simple thing. Don't change 15 things because then you don't know where the difference is in the conversion ratio. So edit content. Yes. Save. Change one thing. Here is your discount. Command B. Bring it to the center. By the way, I want to have everything in the center. Finish. So also the first one, edit. In the center and in the center. So now, when people receive their first email, 50% gets this one, 50% gets this one. Then we wait for 1 day, then there's the second one. So what I would do, again, split testing. Drag this one at A, this one at B. Edit the content. Change one simple thing. Something like that. Make it bold, bring it to the center, make it a bit smaller. Bring it to the center. Finish. So it's one simple change and then we can see what is working better. I click on update. I can close it. So now when people sign up, there are a lot of split tests right now. And then we can see what's converting better. Then we can choose the winner and create a new split test so we can keep on increasing the conversions. Because in the end of the day, that's what we want. We don't want to lie to people, but we want to help them to make the right purchase decision. And if there's something we can do to increase that and we are still honest and just helping people, then I think that's a great thing that we can achieve using A/B testing. As I said, there's A/B testing, but there's also split testing. A/B testing is really cool. I've just shown you how it works. But split testing is giving people certain options based on the choices they make. Let me show you how you can accomplish that and configure that within the automation workflows. So now we're going to do a split testing. It's a little bit interesting. I always say split testing when I mean A/B testing. So there's A/B testing with the 50%. So 50% gets email A, 50% gets email B. But split testing is based on the behavior of the subscriber. So what I can do with the latest one, for instance, I can have a split test over here. I want to get rid of the A/B testing. So I drag this one here on top. Yes. And the second one to no. Then I get rid of this one, delete. Yes. So, but a split test must be defined. So I click over here. When should people receive this email? When should receive people this email? So I click over here. There are a lot of rules over here. So the rules can be based on triggers, contact properties, or message behavior. So to give you really a weird example, contact properties, select a filter. I can even say if your first name is 30, save. Then you should get this email. If your name is not 30, then you should get this email. Well, this is not what I want, so I get rid of this one. I will select a rule based on the message behavior. I click over here, select property. When people opened an email, I can send them to this one. And when they have not opened email, I can send them to this one. Or when they clicked on the email. So when they clicked on the discount coupon code over here, then I can say, hey, they're interested. So I send them to the 15% discount, which they already have. But if they have not clicked, they are maybe not that interested. Then I will send them to the 20% discount for the next 24 hours. So I click on clicked email. Which email? So let's go for those two. So there's 50% off discount waiting for you. It's the first one. The URL is any URL on the website. And then the second one, because we have two emails, the same one, message behavior, clicked on the email. And then the second one, because we make use of a split test over here, or A/B test, I need to say it right, is any save. So the rules are when people have clicked on a link in one of those emails, if the answer is yes, then they get this email. If they have not clicked on one of those links in those emails, then they go to the bigger discount in order to make them go for the discount. This is for PlayStations, not the best idea, 20% discount. But if you're selling digital products, this is amazing because maybe you lose them. Maybe you don't buy anything. But then you can say, you know what, if it's a digital product, you can even say 50% because then you still can make profit because with digital products, yeah, it's all codes, zeros and ones. And then you can even decide to go with two routes. So when people say yes and they get this email, then you can have a delay. Also here you can have a delay. And then you can send another email. So you get two routes. And if everything is the same, then you can just still clone everything and then bring it to the other side. So that's how I would roll. Yes, so let me delete the latest stuff. But that's how you can use split testing. And to show you a few more things, because there's so much more to show. If I would go for another split after this, you can click over here. You can do it based on triggers. So you can also say when people fill in anything from any form, then they go over here. If that's not true, that form, then they go somewhere else. You can do it based on context properties. As I said before, for instance, their name or a segment. Segment is really interesting. A segment can be people that are not active. They don't open your emails. So if people have not opened 5 of your emails, or they have not opened any email in the last 30 days, then you can say, send them this email. Well, first we need to create segments for that. We'll talk about it later, but that gives you a lot of possibilities. And then the third one, message behavior. So if they not even have opened an email, you can also make a action around that. So when I have more segments, we'll talk about this a bit more. Publish. So that's how you can use A/B testing and split testing. This is something that can generate you more money. When people go to your website and they're interested in the product, they put it in the basket or even go to the checkout and then they get distracted, then you lose them. If they close the website, they're gone. But if they have opted in for the discount or for something else and they leave the checkout with products in it, or they go to the checkout or the cart and they leave something in it, Omnisend has got you covered. You can automate it in a way that after a few minutes or 20 minutes or a day, they get an email or a text message or a push notification saying, hey, you still got products in your cart. Don't miss out on it, because a lot of people are buying it. Maybe you're missing out if they're out of stock. So you can get people back to your website after they left your website because of Omnisend. And in that way you can increase your revenue because people get a reminder to check out things they already have in the basket. Let me show you how it works. So here at automation, I go to create workflow and I want to go for a cart abandonment. I want to create 2, 1 for the abandoned cart and 1 for the abandoned checkout. So I start with the abandoned cart and I will walk you through the settings. So first, the trigger. The trigger is when people have added products to the cart. And then over here it says trigger inactivity. So people have added products to the cart, but after that, for 20 minutes, for 1 hour, nothing changed. Well, I want to reduce that to 20 minutes. I think after 20 minutes, you should already be at the checkout at least. So when people add things to the cart and they're inactive for 20 minutes, nothing changes to the cart, then an email will be sent. Then there are the exit conditions. When will this not be sent? When the order is placed. So if I place the order within 20 minutes, then this email will not be sent. Or condition 2, when I started to check out. So when I have this in my cart for 50 minutes, but then I click over here and I go to the checkout, then this email will not be sent. So those are the 2 conditions. And if it's not the case, so I leave it in the cart for 20 minutes and I don't go to the checkout, then this email will be sent. I can edit the content, save everything, complete your order, and then here automatically, look at this. Select product details will be filled in automatically. So here I will see all the products that I have in my cart. How cool is that? I think it's really cool. Then we wait for 11 hours and then we send this email. Then we wait for 12 hours and then we give discount. So that's the automated workflow. I don't have to change a lot of things over here. So I just say start the workflow. And if I want to check this in real time, I could say make this 1 minute. So I will show you in a minute that this email will be sent when I sign up, put something in my cart. So I click on start workflow. There it goes, abandoned cart. But as I said, when people go to the checkout, then it will not be sent anymore. That's why I want to create another workflow. So I click on create workflow, abandoned cart, and this time I go for this one. Abandoned checkout, value split 6 emails, but depending on the split, not all 6 will be sent. So I click on this one. So again, let me show you what is happening over here. They started the checkout. So as soon as people go to the checkout, now the timer starts running. If no order will be placed within 1 hour, then I get an email. But I want to change it to 20 minutes. Update. Then I go to the split over here. The condition is if the total money in the checkout or in the cart is more than $50 or 50 euros or your currency, then this email will be sent. If it is less, then this email will be sent. And then you see 2 workflows. The first one is when people have spent more than $50, then they get this sequence. And if they have spent less than $50, then they get this sequence. And you can adjust everything over here. And when you don't have OmniSend or don't have any program that does this, then you just lost them when they're over here and they decide to do nothing. But thanks to OmniSend, automatically they will get those emails or those emails, which can redirect them back to your website and to your sales. So I decide to start the workflow, but for the sake of the tutorial, I click over here and I change the trigger to 1 minute so I can show you the emails. Start workflow. Then I go to the other one, abandoned carts. Also over here, trigger filters 1 minute. That's already the case. So now they both will be activated after 1 minute. So we've done quite a few things already. Let's try it out. I've set up a lot of things. Now I'm going to the website, sign up as a new visitor, and then we'll see what will happen if everything is working that we have configured so far. It's really important to test things, otherwise you are not sure if it's really working. So let me show you if it's working. So let's test everything. I go to the website. I fill in my first name, let's say Jason. My email address, ferdykorpershoek@gmail.com. I click on get 10% off. As a thank you, you'll find 10% discount in your inbox. So I go to my Gmail account. There it is. Welcome aboard. I can click on shop now. I already have something in my cart. Let me add something to it. It's a nice cover. So I click on add to cart. I can view the cart. So if I go to OmniSend, automation, and it says abandoned cart. And over here it says that when I'm inactive for a minute after I added products to the cart, I should get an email. So I will wait for a minute and see what happens. And look at this, Ferdy from Game Consoles. Items in your cart are selling out fast. And I see exactly the products that I have in my cart right now. How cool is this? And we're still making use of the free version. I think this is amazing. So what happens next? After 11 hours, I get a new email. Well, I will not wait for 11 hours, but this is how it works. I got my sign up form a minute before my confirmation. How cool is that? So I can complete my order. And now what I will see, I still have it over here. I'm here at once at my cart. Now, if I proceed to the checkout, I will not get any emails from this anymore because I have met one of the exit conditions, which is started the checkout. So if I close this, now if I go to the abandoned checkout, it will say after 1 minute of having started the checkout, I will get an email, which is, if it's more than $50, I will get this email. So here's the title, still deciding. Here's the title, items in your cart are selling out fast. So still deciding will be the email I will get within 1 minute. So I will go back to my email account and wait for a minute. And yes, 1 minute later, still deciding, exactly the one that should be sent when I have more than $50 in my checkout. So everything is working. Get 50% off. Of course, I should have filled in the discount code over here. I did not do that, but again, I see those products. If I click over here, that's what I will see. And the next email will be sent 11 hours later. So this is all working on autopilot. And in this way, you can make so much more sales, because even if I would have closed all those pages, I would still get this email like, hey, still deciding. And then I can do split testing, see when people are clicking more on this. And then when you get a lot of visitors to your website, man, it can really make a difference in the amount of sales you make. So far we have signed up for a free account of Omnisend. We have linked it with our website. We created forms so we can get subscribers, and we created automations. So when people subscribe, they get a sequence of emails based on what they choose or what they do not do. Now we're going to talk about campaigns. Campaigns are ways to send broadcast emails or text messages. You send an email to everybody or a text message to everybody who left their phone number, or you do it based on a specific group called segments. Segments is a chapter we're going to talk about later, but right now I will show you what you can do. So you can send emails with campaigns. So once to a lot of people or to a certain group of people. You can send text messages. You can send push notifications. And also here, ladies and gentlemen, you can use A/B testing. Come on. I love it. They should make a song like with I love it in it. I think that would be nice if that would exist. So let me show you how to create campaigns. In order to send an email to your whole email list or to a specific group of your email list, we can go to campaigns. A campaign is basically sending an email to your whole email list or to a specific group, or sending text messages. So emails or text messages or push notifications, it can all be done over here at campaigns. I primarily use it for emails, but you can also use it for text messages and push notifications. So people get it over here in their browser when you have something to say. I click on create email campaign, and I can have a subject line. So I can say super discount for the PlayStation 5. I can also use AI to make a better subject line. Hurry, limited time, get the super discount for the PlayStation 5. Exclusive deal on the brand new PlayStation 5. Well, it's not brand new. Back in stock. I like mine actually. So the sender's name is Ferdy from gameconsoles.com. Again, if I only say Ferdy, people are like, who is Ferdy? If they only been to Game Consoles and did not see my name there. So Ferdy, if they don't recognize it, then they can recognize it from Game Consoles. The sender's email address. Well, if you don't change it, you will get a random created email address. I don't want that. I want to use my own, but this one is not possible yet. We need to verify that. We'll do that later in the tutorial. So right now I will use the shared Omnisend email, and then I will show you how that will look. When people reply, I want them to reply to this one. So that's possible. Then I can have a header. That's what you will see here. Super discount for the PlayStation 5. Hurry up. Because hurrying is good for you. All the statistics, all the people that have done a lot of investigations about hurrying, they all say hurrying is very healthy for you. It's good for your heart, good for everything. It reduces stress. So hurry up. The campaign name, this is just for me, for internal use. So I can say PlayStation 5 Super Discount 01. The language is English. I can connect this to my Facebook page, but I want to only send it to people from my email list. So I click on choose email template, and then I can choose between a lot of templates. As you see over here, normally I'm from the text emails, but these guys at Omnisend know what they're doing. They know what's working, what's converting. So I'd rather have an email that is having better results than an email that is exactly how I want it to be. So I can also filter by goals. Welcome. I want it to be engaging, for instance. So this is more like how I have it in mind. So I could choose something like this. I can preview it. So let's start simple. Use a template. Okay. So over here, I can bring this to the center. It will link to the account website. I don't want to show the date, so I can get rid of this. I don't want to have a title. I can have a title. It should be the same as the email, but no thank you. So I get rid of everything I don't need. So I just start typing. Hey, and then here right below at the text area, there's this icon. If I click on it, I can say contact first name, comma. I am thrilled to tell you that we can offer the PlayStation 5 for just $299. You can even use AI. Continue writing. So it will make a text for me. You can even use Grammarly to make it better. I have a tutorial about Grammarly, how to improve your text and get rid of errors. I don't want to show this. I don't want to show this area. So what I want to do, I want to have a new area, quick add. So I want to go for a product listing. Then I can pick the products from here. So I just search for the PlayStation. What I even can do, right now I have the disc version over here, for instance. Edit. But what I also could do, I could go to my website. I can go to one of my products. So let's go for the PlayStation. Where is the one that is $499? I can duplicate it. Okay, PlayStation 5 console with super discount. Copy this, I edit the permalink, paste it. Then I go to the price, I make it $299. And what I want to do then, I want to make sure it's not visible in the shop. It is hidden. So only the people from my email list can see this. Yes. So I probably need to save it and then go back to the email content so it can refresh all the listings or the listing. So I drag it over here again, and now I can search for it or with discount. Let me see if it's there. Yes, so it's not visible in the store, but it is visible in the overview over here. Well, I don't want to display it like this. I want to display it next to each other. I love it. If I want to have a rounded corner for the button, I click over here. Buttons, primary button. Mam bam. What was that? Mam bam. I don't know, but it was for me an expression of I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, Ferdy, keep your composure. Hey, Ferdy, I'm thrilled to tell you that we can offer the PlayStation 5. This is an incredible deal. Okay. Well, that's it. As I said before, if we want to get rid of this, we need to switch to the Pro plan. Right now, I'm okay. Save and choose recipients. If I go to my recipients audience, I have a subscriber. It's Jason at ferdykorpshoek@gmail.com. So I have exactly one subscriber. So I can send a test email. I can save it and close it, but I want to review the campaign. I can use a campaign booster. So if people do not open it, I can send another email within 24 hours. The best discount you have ever seen. So they get the same email with a different title. For people that have not opened the email and sent the email after 24 hours, to everybody that has not opened the email yet, send it now. So now it will be sent. I should not close this window. So it's rendering my email. Meanwhile, I will go to my Gmail account. Your campaign will be sent shortly. Check its progress in the campaign. So I can view the campaigns and then I will see it has been started. Well, it only needs to be sent to one person. And if I refresh it, I can see if it's already sent. And of course, I can also check it in my inbox over here. From Ferdy from Game Consoles, super discount for the PlayStation 5. Hurry up, because hurrying is good for you. I click on it. What you see over here is that this email is from communications@soundest.email. We want to change it to our own domain because it looks so much more professional. I'll show you later how you can do that. Hey, I don't see the name. I'm thrilled to tell you that we get offered a PlayStation 5 for just $299. $299, shop now. And now again, if I add it to the cart, I get rid of it. Within 24 hours, no. Within 1 minute, I'll get another email saying that I left the cart. When you send an email, it will be great if when they left their first name, when they opted in, that it will say, hey Ferdy, or hey, and then their first name. Well, there is a way to do that. Let me show you how. And there's even a better way if they leave their first name in the opt-in. Sometimes it's not possible because they only can fill in their email. But if they leave their first name, they will be called by the first name in the emails you sent. But if they don't have filled in their first name, then it will replace with something like, hey there. So instead of hey Ferdy, it will say hey there. So in both cases, you can greet people. Let me show you how you can configure that. If I go back to the email campaign, I see that this is not working. So there are a few things we can do over here. There's a paragraph. And if I scroll down, I can see insert personalization tag. So I can say contact first name, and there we go. So let's do a few. Again, I go over here. Not always everything will be filled in. So depending on what people fill in, I can show something here. But I also can say the current day, shipping address. So actually for now, I just want to use the first name. So I have that over here, contact first name. So it's a matter of clicking and then over here, insert tag, and you can have any tag where the information is available. So people have not filled in their city in my form. So I can say this, but nothing will appear. So right now I will do this. There's another thing you can do. And that's when people don't fill in their first name, you can have something else over here. In order to do that, we go to or search for Omni, send personalized codes. That's how I roll. I just Google things. I see this post. And then it says contact first name. And if they don't have a first name, I can have a placeholder. So let's have the first name over here and then below, hey, wait a minute. Okay, I paste it here so I get rid of all the styling. Bam! That's how I roll. Do you like how I roll? Please like the video. Thank you. Subscribe for more upcoming videos. So I will send it to everybody. Send now. The campaign will be prepared to send. With some forms, people only fill in their email. So in that case, it will say hey there instead of hey and then personalized name. So I view the campaigns. It's pending, so I can just check my email. There it is. Hey Ferdy, hey Ferdy. So in both cases, since I filled in my name, I see both names. If I did not have filled my first name, then it would say hey there. So I would always use this code if I were you. Google OmniSend personalization in channels, and you'll find this page. So what I've done, I've sent emails through my campaigns to my audience, but it's through a certain email address. You need to click on it in order to see the email address, but I would prefer to send emails from my own email address, info@ferdykorpershoek.com or info@gameconsoles. In order to do that, if your list is growing, you're going to send thousands of emails. You need to configure it in a way that's safe. Otherwise, a lot of things can go wrong with spam and stuff. So we need to confirm or verify our domain. And if we verify our domain, then we can use all the email addresses that that domain covers. Or contains. So if I have ferdykorpershoek.com and I have verified it, then I can send emails through info@ferdykorpershoek.com. Let me show you how you can configure that. In order to send emails from my own domain, I need to confirm my domain. So in order to do that, I go to this arrow down. I go to the store settings, to email, and over here it is accepted. So I'm like, what's going on? But over here at the sender domain, when you send this to a lot of people, they need to verify it. So I need to add a sender domain. So I need to enter my domain over here. So I use info@ferdykorpershoek.com. So I need to fill in ferdykorpershoek.com. Continue. I need to do some authentication. Do I say that right? I don't think so. So I need to create a text record for ferdykorpshoek.com in my DNS. So I click on copy, then I go to my web hosting provider. So over here at SiteGround, I go to domain, DNS zone editor. I want to go for a text record. I don't understand a lot about this. I just am following the instructions. I copy this value, SPF, create a text TXT record for ferdykorpshoek in your DNS with this value text, with this value, create. Then I go back, copy, paste it over here, and then the value, paste it here. Awesome. Then I scroll down, and the third one, copy, paste it here, and then the value, paste it here. It can take up till 24 hours before they will be seen. So in 24 hours, you can click over here to verify the records. And it says not found right now. This one is found, but those are not found because it can take up to 24 hours. So I will be back with you. It is now 24 hours later. And what I see over here, they're all verified. So now I can send emails from info@ferdykorpshoek.com. If I go to campaigns, maybe you hear my children in the background, they're playing. My wife's complaining. Create campaign, send an email. And now by default, the sender's email address is info@ferdykorpshoek.com. So now I can send emails from info@ferdykorpshoek.com instead of communications@soundnet.email. So that looks more professional. In order to send text messages to your audience, you need to set it up in a way that you will have a number and that people can reply to you. And when they do so, you get a text message back. So let me show you how you can configure that. It's not that hard. That's what I really like. So let me show you. Now I want to send a campaign through a text message. So let me see how that works. In my audience, I have no people with a phone number. So what I will do, I will add a new contact. info@ferdykorpshoek.com. I'll choose a number. I want to add more fields. And one of them is my first name. I scroll down. And this person gave me permission to be added in the list, add a subscriber. So now I see my number over here. So I've been primarily focusing on emails, but we can also send text messages. It's still working in 2027. Just kidding, it's 2024, but depending on when you watch this. So in order to set it up, we go over here to the settings of our account. Even if you have a free version, you can still have a few credits for text messages. So you can see if this is working for you. So I can go to store settings, and here, SMS. So this is how it works. You can create a fake phone number by clicking here. So there it is. But if you want to reach people in the United States, then you need to verify that number. If you click on it, this is how you can verify it. You need to send photos, etc. Well, that does not work for me. I'm from the Netherlands. I don't have an American number, but I can send this to all the people outside of the United States. I can also fill in my own phone number if I'm from the United States. So people that will call this number will be forwarded to my own number. But again, I don't have an American phone number. But right now everything is set up. So what I can do, I can send text messages to my audience. Well, later in the tutorial, I'll talk about campaigns and I'll show you how you can send a text message. So now let's go back to campaigns. Here's the campaign that I just sent, and then here's the booster. So after 24 hours, a new email will be sent to everybody that did not open this email. Create a campaign. This time it's a text message. Create SMS. The campaign name is PlayStation 5 discount. The sender's name is Ferdy. The text message is Hey there, Ferdy here from GameConsoles.com. There is a huge sale going on. You can get the PlayStation 5 for just $2.99. Then I can create a link or get the link. So I go to my website, to the products. With super discount, I view the link, copy it, I paste it, and Omnisend will make it shorter. I can add an image, and then this is how it will look in the United States, outside of the United States. So automatically shorten links, reply stop to opt out, unsubscribe link. So I click on next step, all subscribers, which will be me. So I will go to my phone and I will start recording my phone screen. I click on send. It will be 2 text messages, a total of 28 cents. That is in my budget. Review campaign. The sender's name is Ferdy to all subscribers. It will be sent to 1 subscriber. I don't know why everything's fine. Send now or schedule for later. I click on send now. Your campaign will be sent shortly. Check its progress. So I'm recording my phone. Meanwhile, I can view my campaigns and it says that it started the PlayStation 5 discount text message. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Messages. I also get it on my phone over here. Hey there, Ferdy here from, that's also a link. So I see that Game Consoles is also a link. So I should not place the .com. But now if I go to this link, I go to the Game Console. I can add it to the cart. This is not visible in the store, but through this text message, now I can buy it. How cool is that? I can proceed to the checkout, fill in my details, and then it will be shipped to me. So so you can send an email campaign and a text message campaign, but wait, there is so much more. I can create a new campaign. I can do an A/B test. So the first version can have this subject line, this pre-header, this sender's name, and then I can have a B version after subject line, test, B version. And I can change all this information. I can create an email over here. I can create an email over here, send 2 different emails to a small portion of my email list. And then based on which one is performing best, the rest of my list will receive the best performing version. How cool is that? I can click on next step, even though I've not created the email yet. Let me do it real quick. So I can have 2 completely different emails. This one is orange, finish editing. Then I can have a copy. That's the best thing, I guess. Okay. Then I can change a lot of things. I can change the colors. If I would only change the color, for instance. Finish editing, then 50% will get this one. So I click on next. I need to have at least 10 subscribers, otherwise it cannot be done. That's how you can create an email with A/B split testing. So I click on save and close. Another way to send campaigns is through push notifications. Maybe you already have seen it once or twice or multiple times that you can say yes to updates and then you get a push notification in your browser where you're browsing on another website saying, hey, there's a new video on Netflix, or there's a new comment on your Instagram photo because you're so beautiful from the outside and from the inside, and you're made in a beautiful way. You're just unique as you are. There's nobody in the world like you. So nobody in the world can do things like you do them. That makes you unique. Not what you do, but who you are is what makes you unique. Our identity is not lying in who we are. I mean, in what we do, but in who we are. Wow. Where did it came from? From my brains. Why I had brain surgery. No, I should not make jokes about that. So I was talking about push notifications, and let me show you how you can configure that. Sorry if I offended anyone. Another way to promote your content is by creating a campaign. And then instead of using an email or text message, you can use push notifications. In order to activate it, we need to connect the app. So I click on that. Collect push channel subscribers and reach them on their website browser. So you can get a message over here like, hey, there is a new discount for PlayStation. And people can see this when they enter your website. Allow notifications. So in order to collect push channel subscribers, I click over here. I need to download this file. I need to install that or upload it at the root folder of your website. So I go to hostinger.com. Then I go to websites. I search for game consoles. There you go. I want to go to the dashboard, then to files, file manager, access files of gameconsoles.com. Then I go to public HTML. And then I can click on upload, arrow up, select an option, a file. And I go to my downloads to serviceworkers.js. There you go. Now I go back to Omnisend. I've uploaded it. Check if the connection is successful. So I need to click over here, verify the connection. And it is successful. Now I can turn on push notifications at gameconsoles.com. So now if I go to gameconsoles.com, and there I go, Game Consoles wants to show notifications. Okay, I allow it. Now it is allowed. So if I go to my campaigns, create a new campaign, push notification campaign. The campaign name is huge discount for PS5. I need to make it keep it short because of the title. Can be the same because this is just for the reference for myself. Then the text, get the PS5 with the highest discount ever. Destination URL. Well, how about we log in and I go to the products and I view this product. I copy that link and I paste it. I can add an icon and here I select a file, upload from my computer, browse files, fave icon, upload, select it, and then it will be shown over here. Add an image. Let me show you where that will appear. That's too big for me. No, thank you. Or I do a PlayStation 5. But next step, all subscribers. So I'm here in my browser, my Google Chrome browser. I'm on another website. I'm not at Game Consoles. So let me close it so you don't have to be on that website. I click on send now and look at this. I'm just browsing on the internet. View campaigns. And there you have it. And you can click on it and you go directly to that product. And in all versions, you can have unlimited push notifications. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a Dutch word. It's called nasaal. And some people sing nasaal. My sister said it to me once. I was sitting on my guitar on my bed singing. And then she opened the door, she had, and then she closed it. Since that moment, I never sing until a minute ago when I took that step. Who am the saints? I go okay, audience. Yes, we're going to talk about audience segments. That's why I'm so happy. Audience segments. This is where you can create specific groups of people based on certain filters. So you can say everybody sign up as a subscriber can be in this list. So that's everybody, but they also have to have opened an email in the latest 30 days. And then everybody that has done that, Omnisend is keeping track of all of that. All those people will be in a segment, in a list. And then you can send emails to specific groups of people through a campaign or through automation workflows. And this is so powerful because if you see that certain people have bought a lot of stuff on your website, you can create a segment like people that bought for more than 5 times and you can call them the VIPs. Like, hey, if I send an email to the VIPs, big chance they will buy something. So if something new on your website that costs quite some money, but you see that a lot of people that are VIPs already bought quite some stuff, you can send an email to them and then there's a big chance they will buy it. But if you would send the same email to people that have not opened your email in the last 6 months, not a lot will happen. So you can also create segments for people that are not active, like they have not opened any email. You know what, I'm actually already gonna explain this in a minute. So why I'm explaining it right now, because if the video becomes longer, I can place more ads in the video, make more money. I'm just blowing my cover, making a joke out of it. But meanwhile, it's all about them. No. Yeah, I will talk about it more in depth. So I will just tell you, segments are amazing. Let me show you how to create a few segments using templates that Omnisend made for us. Thank you, Omnisend, and how you can create them from scratch. Are you having fun? Are you happy? I hope so. I really hope so. I am. I hope you are too. Let's continue. In order to create segments, we go to audience. And then we go to segments. Why is this so important? Because based on the behavior of subscribers on our website, we can send specific messages to a specific group of people. So if there are people that have never opened one of my emails or text messages, then I can consider them as inactive subscribers. And maybe I should do a super good deal in order to make them active again. But if there are people that have bought for more than $1,000 on my website, then I should give them a different message than people that are totally inactive. And that's what you can do with segmentation. So in order to do that, I can go to create segments. There are 2 ways to create segments based on the pre-made segments. So active subscribers, add a product to the cart but didn't place an order, start a checkout but didn't place an order, celebrating their birthday, deal hunters, or we can create one from scratch. So let's start with active email subscribers and let me show you how that works. I click on create segment. So here are 2 filters. The first one is all contacts whose subscription status is subscribed to email. I can also change it to browser push notifications or SMS. So right now it says everybody that is subscribed to this email list should be placed in this segment. But then there's a second filter. And who have opened a message at least 1 time in the last 30 days. So with this filter, all the people that have not opened at least 1 email from me in the latest 30 days are not in this segment. And that is what makes it active email subscribers, people that open my emails in the latest 30 days. So I can rename this. I can call this one active email subscribers, but then with capitals here, E and the S. I click on save. So now if I go back, I see a segment active email subscribers. I create a new segment based on pre-made and I can say inactive contacts. So I can create a segment. Then all contacts who are subscribed to my email channel and are not subscribed in the latest 3 months. So everybody that entered my email list in the latest 3 months will not be on this list. And then we have message sent at least 20 times in the last 6 months. So if I have sent at least 20 messages to them in the last 6 months, then they should be on this list. And under these settings, have not opened a message at least 5 times in the last 6 months. So if they got 20 messages from me and they did not open at least 5 messages, then they can be considered inactive contacts. But there's more. And have not clicked on a message at least 1 time in the latest 6 months. And have not viewed a page at least 1 time in the last 6 months. And have not ordered a product at least 1 time in 6 months. So they're really inactive. They have not opened my emails at least 5 times. They have not clicked on one of the messages. They have not viewed 1 page. They have not ordered 1 product. Well, if they have not viewed 1 page, they have also not ordered a product. So I can get rid of this one. So you can also get rid of things because you can narrow down your filter. So I want to narrow down everybody that is subscribed longer than 3 months ago. And I have sent at least 20 messages to them in the latest 6 months. They have not opened at least 5 messages. They've also not clicked on one of the messages at least. So I clicked on a message. So clicked on a link in the message at least once. So I don't need this one. So this is for me considered an inactive contact. So I can click on update segment. segment is building. And I don't have an email list right now, but if I would have an email list, I would see at once how many people fall into this category. And then I can send a specific message to this group of people and do something to make them active again. So I should do a really big discount for 24 hours, something to make them active again. And when they do so, and they open my message and they click on the link I have for them, then automatically they will be deleted out of the segment because they became active again. So you can put this all on autopilot. So let me go back, create segments. You can take a look at all the segments over here, also based on store activity, but you can also create one from scratch. So I create one from scratch and I can start my own filter. Well, I always start with the subscription status is subscribed to an email. That's the first one. So everybody right now should be on this list, but then I'm going to narrow it down. So over here, look at this. How many statistics we can choose. We can even say if people's first name is 30, then they should get this email. So let me get rid of this one. I click over here, add filter, and I scroll down. And I want to take a look at what people bought on my website. So I go to orders, placed order. So if people placed an order at least once, ever, or in the last 90 days, then I can save and close it. And I can call this one recent buyers 90 days. I go back. So I have 3 segments right now. I can create another one from scratch, create from scratch. And the first one, of course, is everybody that has subscribed to email. And then the filter will be people that have spent at least $1,000 in my web shop. So I go to orders, paid for order, have paid for order at least $999 times in total. Save and show contacts. I can say VIP customers. Save it. And I go back. I have my segmentation over here. Now I can go to campaigns. I can create a new campaign. Let's do an email campaign. Okay, let's choose an email template. We discussed this already, so let's do a sale or a discount. Let's choose something. Okay, choose the recipients. Really important this because we cannot send this to all subscribers. We can, but I would prefer to send this to a specific group, which is the inactive contacts. People that did not open a lot of emails or clicked on one of the emails. And then I can review the campaign. It doesn't contain any subscribers, I know, but when my list is growing, it will. And I can have the booster, so a day later they will also see it. Different title in 24 hours. And I can send it now, or I can schedule it for a certain time. So I can do it based on my time zone, but I prefer to do it based on the subscription. But I prefer to do it based on the subscribers' time zone. And then 4 o'clock is always a good time. And people want to buy things. That's how specific you can get. So I can schedule the campaign. I cannot do that right now because I have no subscribers in it. But if I would have them, that's how you can segment things. Another thing you can do the same thing, create a campaign for the VIPs, like, hey, they bought already 5 times on my website. I have something special for them. And we can also use this in automation. So I go to automation, I click on create a workflow. I create one from scratch, and a workflow needs to be triggered. How will it be triggered? Well, over here, I can select an event. I can say entered a segment. We created a few segments. So I will select the segment over here. Click on segment, and then the segment is, I'm going for recent buyers. So when somebody buys something, they will be added to this segment, bought something in the latest 90 days. So I save it. So right now I'm saying that people that bought something will be added to this workflow. So I want to delay over here. So 14, not minutes, but 14 days after people bought something from me and they were entered into this segment, then I want to send them this email saying special discount for you. Pre-header text just to say thank you. Sender's name is Ferdy from gameconsoles.com. I click on update. I click on the email again. I want to edit the content, save it. We've done this before. So right now we're starting from scratch. I want to go to quick add. I want to add a unique discount of 25%. But people have to order for at least $50 so I can make some profit. And the expiry, I don't know, but they have it for 24 hours. So it will be expired a day later. And then of course I can have a text over here. So let me do a quick add. You have 24 hours times running. Hurry. Do it. Now. Angry, smiley, angry. Otherwise, no. Okay, I'm not a text writer, but you can make something beautiful out of this. Finish the editing. Update. So now, people that buy something on my website after 14 days, based on the segment recent buyers, will get a special discount and they can redeem it within 24 hours when they purchase for at least $50. So I click on finish editing. And of course I need to start the workflow. So right now it is active. Let me show you one more example. Because when you apply this the right way, you don't have to do anything and automatically people will start to see emails based on the segment they fall into. And it can be that people fall into a segment after 6 months. So after 6 months, automatically an email will be sent to them without you doing anything. And in that way, you can generate more revenue. So here's the custom workflow. I should rename it. Edit. Discount for recent buyer after 14 days. Update. Publish changes. Look at this. I click over here at the right. Discount for recent buyers after 14 days. I can copy it. Copy. There I go. I edit this. I call this one welcome discount after 6 months of inactivity. Update. So now I need to change the trigger. So over here, they just entered a segment. The segment is not this one, but it is a segment inactive contacts. Save. So when they enter this segment, after 14 days, they get this email, special discount for you. Start workflow. And then if we go back to audience, segments, and I go to inactive contacts, here we can see exactly when people fall into this group. It is after 6 months when we have sent at least 20 messages. They have not opened at least 5 and they have not clicked on even one link. Then they fall into this segment. And when that's the case, after 6 months after they subscribe, then automatically they will receive this email after 14 days. So I can get rid of this one. This one. And it's not only this one, then you can do another delay. Let's not do 1 minute. Let's do another 14 days. So we're going to do our best to make them excited again to buy something on our website. And without Omnisend, I would have lost them. But thanks to Omnisend, this can generate extra revenue. Can you imagine what will happen if 20 people per day sign up for your email list? And automatically all those workflows will become active. That's running a web shop on autopilot. So I'm really excited about segments and automations. We're going to talk about reports. Rapport. It's my YouTube channel. I can do whatever I want, unless as long as it's within the guidelines. I can do this. But 80% of my viewers is, man, what am I doing? Yeah, reports. So when your email list is growing, people, you send emails out, people buy things, you can see statistics. Statistics are really important because through statistics, you can see what is working and what is not working. So I will talk about the statistics, what people are doing. You can see that. And we can see the results of the A/B testings we have done. So we can see what's working better, and then we can choose the winner of the A/B test and then create a new one. And then that way you can increase your conversion. I put it this way. If for 100 people on your website, you sell for $1,000 in stuff, in goods, in products, and you can increase it with 10%, that means for every 100 people buy for $1,100 instead of $1,000. So you can increase your conversion ratio by doing all those automations. So through the reports and the statistics, you can see what is working, what's not working, and in that way you can increase your revenue. And at the same time, I always want to say that help other people. Don't make money in spite of people. But always do it when you are also really helping them. And you can do that with Omnisend through automation. We're still using the free version. I'm happy. This is amazing. So let's talk about reports. So let's take a look at statistics and reports. Here at the dashboard, good morning, Ferdy. Here's what you can do. Well, I can all do this later. I'm going to turn everything off, like I'll do this later. Then you'll see a nice overview. Here at my dashboard, I go automatically to overview. And what I see from today, a total revenue of $1,996, 100% revenue from Omnisend. So people that were on my website did not buy anything, but thanks to the automatizations, like, hey, there's still something in your cart. Hey, there's still something in your checkout. That made them go back to the website and purchase the product. So my total revenue is $1,996 from today, both because of the automations from Omnisend. We can also go to live view, and here we see what happened in the latest 7 days. So here you see 5 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, Ferdy Korpershoek viewed a page. They went to the checkout. Ferdy Korpershoek placed an order. Ferdy viewed the checkout. Ferdy started the checkout. So here you can see all the latest events. You can also filter them based on placed an order. So I see those two. And especially when you get a lot of customers, you see a really nice overview over here with everything that's happening. You can also go to reports. Then the standard reports, you see the campaigns, how they are doing. So a campaign is an email you send out to a group of people. And then you can see how many percent opened the campaign, how many clicked, how many sales. And when you see sales from campaigns at the dashboard, you'll see how much sales are from the campaigns, how much from automations, and how much from something else that people just browse through your website and buy something. You can go to workflows, see how they're performing. Welcome to any new subscribers. Sent to 9 people, 4 people opened it, and 2 clicked on the link in the emails, but no sales yet. I can click over here to view the report. And I can scroll down, see how things were going, see all the metrics. Emails in his workflow, and only the first email is sent. So if a second email will be sent, I will also see the statistics over there. And when I would go to automation and I click on one of the automations and I use a split test, for instance, I can see the results over here. Then I go back to reports. We have forms. And here we see how many views, how many submits, and the submit rate, 41% over here. And also here I can do split testing. So over here I see split testing is running. If I click on it, I can see how well it is performing. I can go to contact activity. And I also can go to forms. Click over here. And then here I see which version is performing better. So based on the views and the interactions, the second one is performing better. So I can choose a winner. Choose a winner. And then again, I can do a new split test. And in that way, I can keep on increasing my conversion ratio. I love this. Let's go back to reports. So we have at standard, workflows, forms. Then we have advanced, but that's for the pro version. We'll talk about it later. Then the deliverability. Then the deliverability. Hard word for me as a Dutch person. And that has everything to do with how, and that's just Omnisend telling you how good everything is performing. And then you can scroll down and see what else you can do in order to make it better. Until this point, in this tutorial, we have not spent one single dime. We have even sent text messages and Omnisend is paying them for us. I think this is amazing. There are a few things that will change when you upgrade to a pro version. You can send more emails. You can have more emails in your contact list. And you can send more text messages. And you can see more reports, more analytics. And you get rid of the branding of Omnisend. Because when you have a sign up form, you see Omnisend. When you send an email, you see Omnisend below the email. You can get rid of that if you upgrade. Let me show you how you can upgrade and what you can do when you upgrade. And to be honest, I am affiliated with Omnisend. So when you upgrade, there's a chance that you use my affiliate link and I will get a commission. You don't pay more, but I get a commission. So that's for me a great way to make those tutorials for free. And in that way, I think everybody's helped. I did a lot of research on how to work with this tool. I really love it. I'm going to use it for myself, for my web shops, for my course website. And I will also make tutorials about that. But I want to say that if you upgrade to a pro version, I do get a commission. So if you do so through my affiliate link, which I will show you in a minute, then thank you for that. Okay, let's continue. So if you would go to ferdy.com/omnisend, hit enter. That is my affiliate link. And you can log in, click on this arrow down. This is all part of the free plan. I send 20 emails for free. I send 2 text messages for free. And if you want to upgrade, what you will get is better reports, more emails, and more SMS credits. So I click on view our plans. What do you want? Do you only want to use emails or do you also want to use text messages? Well, that's up to you. You can pay per month or you can pay 3 months upfront. Then you get 30% discount. And here you see only emails, $11.20 per month. And if you go with text messages, it's $41.30 per month. And this is what you get. Reach 500 contacts per month, 6,000 monthly emails, 60 one-time text messages. So you also get text messages, but not as much as when you go for email plus text messages, and unlimited web push notifications. What else does it do? It will remove the Omnisend branding. You have 24/7 live support, no priority support, no customer success manager, and no advanced reporting. So if you want to have advanced reporting, you can choose this plan. I will go with this plan. So this is the standard plan. It's up to 500 contacts and automatically it will be upgraded when you reach more than 500 contacts. That's what I have with all email providers I use. That's what I have with all email marketing tools. Automatically, they will upgrade the billing when you reach more contacts. And I hope that will be the case because the more contacts you have, the more revenue you can make. So I click on continue. I need to fill in some details. My company, my VAT number. Then I click on save. I need to add a credit card. I click on add to cart. Awesome. I click on continue. And what I actually like is no Omnisend badge in my emails and forms. So I click on continue. Awesome. I see when my next billing is. Here you can freeze your account. You can cancel your account. And now if I go to automations and I go to welcome to any new subscriber. And I go to the first email and I edit the content. I can click over here or hover over here and get rid of this. Finish editing. I can go close this, go to the forms, go to this one. What you'll see is that the Omnisend branding is gone. So that's a good thing. So I close it. Right now, if I click over here, I see I can send 6,000 emails per cycle. I've already sent 6 all on autopilot. I can still make use of my $1 credit. And if I use this, then I get 60 one-time text messages that I can send. And if I want to have more, I can subscribe for SMS credits, still using the standard plan. And I can decide how much I want to have over here. And I can also say never run out of text credits. So I can turn them on so they will automatically be added. So I could start with $10 per month and then say, okay, when I need more, get more for $10. with a maximum of $100 per month. Or you can view the plans and upgrade. And in order to do that, you need to get in touch with the support. How can you do that? Click over here, go to the help center, and then here, contact support. And then you can send them an email and just say, hey, I want to upgrade my plan. What would be a great option? And that's the way the cookie crumbles. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial so far. You've seen a lot from the free version. You've seen a bit about the pro version. And man, this is a game changer. Man, this can help you to make so much more sales, help so much more people. So I think it's amazing. I think if you use the free version, it's amazing. If you're going to use the pro version, it's amazing. And what you can do next, you can apply this in multiple ways. Right now, I use a WooCommerce shop. If you have a Shopify shop, you can also use it for Shopify. They were really big at Shopify, and now they're conquering the WordPress world, which is really nice. I really like the tool. I think they're really onto something. This company is going, man, I think more than 250 people are working at them. So you're at the right place. They have great support. So what else can you do? Well, there are integrations, and they're constantly looking at Omnisend how they can integrate it with more tools. So I have also tutorials on how to create a course website using LearnDash or Lifter LMS, or how to create a what's it called? A social media website using BuddyBoss. So through the months, through the years, they will make more integrations. So you can not only link it with WooCommerce, but also other tools. So you can check out for that, like search on Google for Omnisend integrations, and maybe your favorite tool is also there. If the tool renews like crazy, and they're doing quite a lot of things to renew, I will make a new tutorial. You reach the end of the tutorial, so I want to thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope this tutorial is really valuable for you. Thank you for watching, and feel free to like the video and subscribe for more upcoming tutorials about WordPress and making money with your website. And then I wish you a great day and good luck in everything you do. Bye-bye.